Welcome, survivors, seekers, and thrivers. I'm your host, Shari Lee Roberts, psychic medium, energy healer, and living proof that you can transform your pain into power. Each episode, we dive into trauma healing, developing your intuitive gifts, and reclaiming your life. Get ready for real stories, deep wisdom, and a little laughter along the way.
But what was the help that you had that began you on your journey, and how did you come about finding that help?
So at this point, my son lives in Mexico. So at this point, I'm spending most of my time in Mexico.
Okay.
And I was in treatments for my back to try and relieve some pain. Still dragging around my bag of misery.
Yeah.
Kind of like Huck Finn.
Yeah.
It was following me.
Wow.
And I mean, not to the same degree, but
Right.
there was still this underlying stuff.
Yeah.
And a gal that I met, just not coincidence, but I met through another gal. And she said, you really not need to talk to this friend of mine. Like he's really helped me, get through some stuff. I think he'd be really good for you. So I talked to him, and yeah, he helped me. He supported me through just gaining different perspectives. And I ended up because at this point I'm in treatments 3 days a week. I'm still in so much pain. I'm like, okay, I don't have the narcissist in my life anymore. Yay. But my quality of life felt like I really want to just live. I want to live. Even if I only have one more year left in my life, I don't care. I just want to live.
Yeah.
I am so done with treatments. And by this time I've been through so many treatments, so many practitioners and it's been a lot, and financially also, right?
Yeah.
So I said to him, I said, I think I'm done. I just want to walk away from treatments. I just want to live. I want a different existence than this.
Mm-hmm.
And he helped me to see different perspectives. So I ended up, in this, I just want to live phase, I had to move from where I was living anyways, because the lease was up. And I wanted to live on the beach in a van.
Yeah.
I know it sounds bizarre.
No. I get it. I do.
So I bought a shitty old van, and I'm like, I am on a 3-month adventure, and I am open to. I'm just open. I was just started to be open.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am in this really. I love the van. I've got so many. I'm not in it anymore, but but it was. I have such a fond memory of it because of my journey with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was on this amazing beach in this van, and I decided part of my healing needed to be writing out everything that ever hurt me from my childhood to now.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a notebook about this thick,
Yeah.
just a scribbler
Yeah.
from like that you buy your kids for
Yeah.
school. And
Yeah.
I just wrote and cried and wrote and cried and wrote and cried and wrote and cried. And I
Yeah.
was just there for me,
Yeah.
finally.
Yes.
And by the time I was done my scribbler full of my, life, I'm like, I knew, again, the hairs.
Yeah.
I knew I had to share. I knew I had to share my story with others because there's so many broken people
Mm-hmm.
that need to know there is another way. Like my life now, I'm going to get emotional here. Woo! My life now is so beautiful.
Yes.
My and
Yes.
I'm like I am so like the joy and happiness that I feel on a daily
Yeah.
basis now compared to what I used to.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
know.
unbelievable.
Night and
Yeah.
day. Night and day.
Yes. Yes. So I knew when I was done my healing, I needed to transform this into a book, and that's how Rerouted Memoir of a Wild Child came about. Um, so that was a really good part of my healing, and then the support I had from this man. Um, and it was, I think there's a couple of really big tools in there that I use. And the one thing was raising my vibration.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea
Mm.
that's how life worked.
No. Me either.
But now I do.
Well, talk about the audience more depth if you have time.
Yeah.
Because, like we were, there will be people who hear of this who don't know
Yeah.
what that means and the importance of it.
Raising our vibration is, I'll kind of backtrack to my experience with it because if you, and I understand the audience is going to be, maybe some people will have some experience with our frequency and vibration, and maybe some won't. So I
Yeah.
want to really start at the basics. Um, so this fellow that I was working with, he was helping me understand all of that. Um, and as an example, instead of focusing on my chronic pain, he'd say, suggest, go for a walk, smell the roses, see the sky, see the clouds, and just like do something that takes you out of what we think is where we're so stuck. And I was stuck. I was very depressed and very stuck.
Yeah.
Um, so I started to notice as I was just doing these little things, and at this point I was living on the beach. So I started to just open up to um a higher frequency and just see things just a little brighter, I'm going to say. Doing things that just kind of twinge that little piece in me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That brought me some joy. And continually practicing this and recognizing, ooh, there, I feel like you can, when you start to become aware of it, you can feel it instantly, whether you're in
Yeah.
higher vibration or lower. Like
Mhm.
at first, maybe I couldn't, but as I practiced and practiced, I mean, I could feel it instantly if my vibration was shifting lower or higher. And
Yeah.
honestly, if I could live in a higher vibration and feel happy, why wouldn't I? Like it was like
Yeah.
it was like you know, a no-brainer at that point. So I
yeah.
started just doing more and more practicing of thoughts and actions and music and um in my morning meditations, like anything that would bring me into a higher vibration. And my life just started turning around.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't me. And this is the really fascinating part for me, because I was taught, and so many of us, I think, are taught that hustle and grind, and try and control, and, effort, effort, effort. And I discovered it's actually almost kind of the opposite of that,
Yeah. Yes.
that gets you into that flow of magic and synchronicities that you're just like, what? How? I couldn't have even, unwrap that.
Yeah.
So my encouragement to others would be to just start doing little things. And when I'm working with a client, that's like kind of the focus right out of the gate, is to just let's take these little baby steps of just raising it. Because as things unfold, what we thought we might have wanted, or
Oh.
the direction we thought we were going, it might change. Like as
Oh.
we grow and open, it might change into something completely different. I had no idea that I was going to write a book and, be doing this, and like, no, never would have dreamed it. So who knows, right? You don't know where your life's going to go until you start shedding all those um, shoulds and pressures of what we think are, from society and from our own
Yeah.
training. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I too and everyone who has come, they far can tell the people listening without any doubt or question. It is a guarantee that is you raise your vibration. Everything you think you wanted changes. God is in charge. So to do it right and to benefit the most from the journey is to surrender. Keep elevating and show gratitude for all that is taking form. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
So well put in an excellent point.
Just to add to that too,
Yeah.
excuse me, um, again, talking earlier about how my religious upbringing, we were led to believe that it was a sin to love yourself or take care of yourself or put yourself
Oh,
first in any way, right?
yeah.
So when I started this work, I had to deal with feeling a lot of um, shame in loving myself, for
Yeah.
example. So I had
Mhm.
to, there was like, not only didn't I love myself, but there was the shame attached to it too. So there was all this work I had to do. Where was I going with this? So doing things that, and doing this practice of what makes me feel good or what makes me feel better, and this raising the vibration thing at first felt very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, yeah, too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to encourage the audience, if they want to try this work, get some support, first of all. I always
Yeah.
recommend that.
Yeah.
But also be okay that it's gonna be uncomfortable a bit. That's just the yucky onion shells, falling away.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some bright stuff once you get to the other side of that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it is the magic way in everyone. I'd like to know if during that time, if you also experience frustration in that you think God has put you on a particular path to accomplish something, experience, learn, and you get there, and you're expecting a particular outcome of it. And you were certain, unequivocally certain that if you took those steps, X would happen, and it didn't. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I totally understand what you're saying. I had to let go of expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty much the nutshell of that, because
Yeah.
whatever I maybe had designed in my head, wasn't necessarily how it was going to happen, or in the fashion it was going to happen, or in the timing it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so the more that I could just step into, it's funny because people say, what's your goals? What's your purpose?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
my purpose is this, to shine as bright as I can each and every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Man.
I don't, I'm not a big goal setter. Do I have visions of some things that I feel are happening or going to be happening? Yes. But I really had to let go of the
Yeah.
control. I think it was part attached to control a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So letting go of the hows and all of that stuff just opened me up to more magic.
Yeah.
So I live my life very free
Ah.
and very full, because I'm more in the flow of my life. And so I feel like if you'd asked me, even 5 years ago, like on a scale of 1 to 10, like back then I might have been like a 3 on the happiness scale. And now
Yeah.
I'm in between 9 and 10, baby. I'm there.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and that's how I like it. And so
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to live this life out very full.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
But it all kind of came out of letting go of the expectations
Yeah.
and stop trying to control things, because it's all happening so perfectly.
it is, and it is all about surrendering, and it is you said going with the flow. I saw a sign over something. I don't know. I feel was a bumper sticker on a car. It was sent online. But what it said was negative. There was anything that you can dream about your life being is too small. And I thought, yes, yes, and you said that you never thought about writing a book or doing the incredible things you're doing, nor did I. So when you're in the flow, it's similar to being in a river. And rather than holding on to a boulder to keep from going down the river, let go, get on your back, and go with the flow. It is a difficult concept, but oh my God, once you do it, wow, the energy that you say and bring in elevate unreal
Yeah. Yeah.
game.
Yes. Yes. And
Well,
that's why I like to come on podcasts like this, Sherry, is because I want others to understand that even if you've been through trauma or you feel stuck as shit on something,
yeah,
or you're depressed or in chronic pain, or I mean, it doesn't matter what your situation is, there is a way. It does, like, I think I know I did. Excuse me. I got caught up a little bit at one point that, well, but my situation's different. And
mhm,
and it might have been different, but there's always a way. And
yeah,
I couldn't see that at that point. But that's my big encouragement to everybody, is that it doesn't matter what your circumstances. There's always a way to start that flow and get that momentum going. It might not feel bumpy at first, like my healing
oh,
felt a little messy
mhm.
at some
Oh
times, but
my
there
God.
is, right?
All right.
But it's worth it. It is
Yeah,
worth it. That's what
yeah,
I can guarantee. It is worth it.
yeah, it is something you will wonder at one point why you didn't do it sooner.
What was that?
And you brought up another wonderful point that didn't occur to me until I heard you say it. Now, I actually think after talking with hundreds of people, all who have been on a healing journey, we have more in common. As to what prompted the healing journey, I have enjoyed having you and talking with you. There any final words that you would like to impart, or words of wisdom to those who will hear this?
Thank you, Sherry. Thanks so much for having me here. I'm very, very grateful. But I really want to encourage the audience that if you feel any inkling to make your life even just that much better, it's so worth getting some support and taking those next steps and raising your vibration and just seeing the magic unfold. I can't stress that enough. And I wanted to show my beautiful rock.
Tell everyone the name of the beautiful crystal.
So this is, there we go. Isn't it gorgeous? It's called a celestite.
And if you are pretty cool, we are talking to Celeste.
Yeah, exactly.
Bam!
Yeah.
Tell everyone what that crystal is known for.
Well, I'm just researching into it a little bit more and feeling into it. It's brand new to me. But it feels like it's that connection between my third eye, my higher self, and higher angelic beings, and
Yeah.
it's a definite connection. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be using this in some of my sessions with my clients and readings, because I feel like it will support our sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really one little saying I would like to know if you also collect crystals. I do. I have a whole plate of them, and some I got up in the mountains and to sun,
Oh, okay.
and the energy from the one is off the charts.
Yeah,
So
love that.
drop into the comments whether you are into crystals And what are some of the ones right now that are most helpful
Mhm.
to you? And
Yeah.
it will vary
Yes.
depending on where you're at in your journey.
Very lovely. Very lovely. Is it okay if I put on my website and if anybody wants to reach out
Oh my
and talk about
God.
that?
Thank God you brought that up. Yes.
Okay.
And please, again, tell the name of your book
Okay.
and where everyone can get it.
Okay. Yes, it's on Amazon. So whatever country you're in, you just go to your Amazon. And then in the search you put Rerouted Memoir of a Wild Child. And my website is celeste-odelle.com.
Okay.
So that would be great. I'd love to hear from people in your audience, just even
Yeah.
to say hi, or if they want some support for something, I'm here for them.
So,
My second book that I'm working on now
yeah.
is so the first one is my memoir, and the second one is I'm not going to spoil it because I don't have the title confirmed yet, but
Yeah.
it's going to be more of a self-help type of book that I talk about the tools that I learned along this way to get me to this place where I now feel like I'm catapulting into this next beautiful, amazing spot. So I want people to know like just all the basic tools that I used and all these things along the way that I've learned. So that's the second book. Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And idea when you'll be done with that, and it might be available.
Well, no.
Okay. Okay.
I
Well,
I I
we're
I my writing is when I have a a space of time where it feels energetically just super in line with what I'm doing, then I'll just sit and write. But when I'm kind of on the move or there's lots going on, that's not when my writing juices seem to flow.
no, yeah.
So, but I imagine within the year. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would love to invite you back to talk
Yeah.
about it and promote it when
Thank you.
you do
Yes.
release it.
Thank you
Again,
so much.
thank you, and I wish you nothing but the best on your continued magical journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. If today's conversation resonated with you and you're ready to explore your own healing journey or intuitive gifts, I'd love to work with you. I offer psychic medium readings, energy healing sessions, and intuitive development guidance at shariroberts.org. And if you're not quite ready for a session, but want to be a part of the conversation in a supportive community, join my private Facebook group. The link is in the show notes. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. This is Shari Lee Roberts. Until next time, remember, you're never alone.